Good morning. Today is Friday, and this is Tom Beal at the headquarters here in Boca Raton at the office. And my great friend Troy Broussard has actually come down from Orlando. He's actually in the conference room right now setting up some incredible equipment where we're going to do some recordings, and you'll be seeing some of those videos in the very near future. But I'm super excited about that, and also excited to share this brief yet powerful message with you. And it was brought to my attention as a reminder as one of my friends, Max Cantor, reached out to me and asked me some details about this. And basically, he asked me, Tom, I've heard you speak about or heard you train about speaking with yourself, and in particular, speaking with your past self from maybe 20 years ago, and speaking with your future self of 20 years from now. And he asked me to detail that, and I'm going to detail that for you here briefly. So when I turned 40, I realized that what my friend Jeffrey Gitomer shared with me is true. It's the birthdays with the zeros at the end of them that are the ones that make us reflect more than others. So here I was, 39, turned 40, and now I'm 46. So roughly 6 years ago, in a couple months, I was on my way to Strategic Profits headquarters in Delray Beach. I was the president of that, working with Rich Sheffrin and some highly talented people on the team, positively impacting many lives throughout the world. And it hit me like, whoa, this is my last day at 39. I'm actually going to be 40. First of all, being a Marine for 4 years, I had not been certain if I would make it to 40 years old. But at that turning point to the birthday that had the zero at the end, I asked myself this, man, 40, wow, I never imagined that. What would I say to myself when I was 20 years old? 20 years ago, half of my life. And at that time, 20 years old, I was fresh into the Marine Corps. So 1993, I had joined the Marine Corps and went to Parris Island boot camp in January of 93. And in April of 93, I got out of boot camp, graduated honor man out of boot camp. Jane, good morning, good to see you. And went to the fleet. I was 20 years old at the time. So I was like, man, hard charging Marine, going for it. And a lot different. And basically the advice I would give myself at 20 years old, still to this day, is get clear on what you want. Get clear on what you want for your health, for your relationships, and for your finances. When you're clear on what you want, that clarity gives you the plan enough to know what's yours to do today, this week, to get that desired outcome, to turn from a goal or a dream to a reality. And you've done it time and time again, and you'll continue to do it. When you're clear on what you want, obstacles just don't matter. You get what you want. So get clear on what you want and be willing to do the work necessary on a regular, consistent basis to get it. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty pertinent to me even to this day. 20 years ago it was pertinent. Now it's pertinent and will be pertinent for the remainder of my life. But then I went a step further and asked myself, what would my best version of myself 20 years from now come back and tell me? And here I was, turning 40, and I pictured the 60-year-old version of me who didn't let fear hold me back, who didn't let worrying about what others felt or thought or whatever about me, and just literally went for my dreams with all that I had. I didn't suppress any dreams. I didn't suppress doing what I felt was mine to do. I did the right things. I thought the right things. I spoke the right things, and I acted in the right manner. And I pictured that 60-year-old successful version, fit version of me, coming back and talking to that 40-year-old version. And that was something I'll never forget. He was not so kind to me. He's like, look, you need to stop suppressing your dreams. Here you are telling everyone how to step out of their comfort zone, speaking on a mankini on stage, good for you. But now it's time for you to do what you teach others. It's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. It's time for you to stop suppressing your dreams. It's time for you to start going for what you know is yours to do. Because you won't reach me, the best version of yourself 20 years from now, if you live a life out of fear, if you lead a life out of suppressing your dreams. You need to get clear on what you want, just like you told yourself when you were 20, now, and figure out what are your actions to take that are going to be outside your comfort zone, that are going to be living the life that you know you are meant to live. So that led to many different choices that pushed me out of my comfort zone. And they call it a comfort zone for a reason, because it's comfortable. I went from comfortable and certain to uncomfortable and uncertain. And it was not a jumping out of the nest and just magically flying to the highest heights. It was, getting comfortable in being uncomfortable. It was, failing forward fast. It was doing what I felt was mine to do, getting the feedback of was it working, was it not working, what do I need to start doing, do more of, do less of, and stop doing to get me one step further closer to that dream. So my challenge to you is, yes, talk to yourself. Talk to yourself and be your biggest hero. Be your biggest cheerleader. Be your biggest advocate, not the person who is berating you and belittling you and putting yourself down. You wouldn't hang around friends that would berate you and belittle you, that you, like me, and most all humans do to ourselves. Transition that to being, you can do this. You've got this. Don't let fear hold you back from taking actions. Don't suppress your dreams. Go for it. Go back. What would you tell yourself 20 years ago? What advice would you give to yourself in one of the most difficult challenges you might recall from 20 years ago? Have that discussion with yourself from this standpoint, knowing that you do persevere, you do pull through, and it does work out. And similarly, go forward to the best version of yourself, the version of you that you know you're capable of being, the healthiest version, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, the one that's in the most optimal relationships you could ever imagine being in, personally and professionally. The one who is doing the right things to be the wealthiest version you are capable of being by providing the massive value that only you can provide to your target audience. What would that best version of yourself tell you 20 years from now? What would it inspire you to consider changing? Consider being a little bit more of what you're capable of being, stepping out of your comfort zone and into some uncertainty, to stop suppressing your dreams, to start putting a plan in place of like, hey, here's where I am, but I know I'm capable of more. Here's what I'm willing to start doing, do more of, do less of, and stop doing to get me on that path that will lead me to that best version of myself 20 years from now. So go talk to yourself today, this weekend, and see if it might inspire something amazing inside of you and put a unexpected plot twist in your life. I hope that's the case. It's been the case for me, been the case for many of my clients. I look forward to hearing from you. And if you're watching this inside the Simplifier app, congratulations. You know the massive value that's in here in other areas. If you aren't in the Simplifier app yet, what are you waiting for? Seriously, I could be charging $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 for what's in there right now, and I would sleep well at night because there's that much value there. It's available for you free. And all you need to do is go to thesimplifier.com, register. An email will be sent to you with your password that you can get into the membership app that's on the iOS and Android. All the details are at thesimplifier.com. Jane says, thank you, needed this today. My pleasure, Jane. Everything is perfect. You aren't needing to be fixed. You are needing to step out of your comfort zone and into some uncomfortable, well, it's out of the comfort zone and it's uncertain territory, but it's not suppressing your dreams. And that's just my recommendation. Life and the fun that comes from life is stepping into uncertainty, stepping out of your comfort zone. That's where the goodness occurs. It's looking back on all the things I've achieved in my life, and I'm grateful for all the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. It is what it is. But it's the time that I was clear on what I wanted, and it was a big, hairy, audacious goal that scared me a bit. Yet I was willing to overcome that fear and just go for it, one step at a time, knowing adversity and challenge is going to come, but hey, that's part of the journey. I want to have high fives with the people on my last day, my last breath, not regrets of suppressing my dreams, regrets of wondering, what if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? What if I would have followed that dream? And I hope that for you as well. All right, talk with you soon. Till then, make today great.